Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Brett Summers Show, the Top Line Show. Again, we don't know what we're calling it right now, but we're bringing it live to you guys because we've got some important information we want to get across to everybody out there in Top Line land. Today, I'm going to be breaking down how to take imperfect action. Why would I want to talk about how to take imperfect action? Well, let's be honest. You, me, and everybody else out there have fallen victim to trying to do what we want to do and do it perfectly. You know, we're not going to start working out until we have all the workout clothes, till we got the Gymshark, the Top Line apparel, till we have everything's perfect, till it's 70 degrees outside. Everything is just awesome. We're not going to start until everything's perfect. And that is not the way to get ahead. That is not the way to get closer to your dreams and your goals and whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. So I wanted to use something that we just went through as an example, but first I kind of want to break down how to take imperfect action. It's pretty simple, okay? Really simple. So check it out. First thing to take imperfect action, you've got to commit. Whatever it is you want to do, you've got to commit to doing it. Pretty simple, right? Okay, now let's move on to number 2. This is all you have to do, folks. Don't make life harder than it needs to be. Life's already as hard as it needs to be, especially this year in 2020. The second, and why do I have the bandana on? I have the bandana on because we have to wear masks in the gym now. And I just didn't want to be like everybody else. So I figured we should be unique. And then I started wearing bandanas, and everybody seems to have jumped along on board with me. Starting trends as usual. It's like high school all over again. But in any event, first step is done. Commit. Second step, do it. Whatever it is you want to do. You want to work out? You want to start working out, get in shape? You can always go outside and work out for a half hour and get started. Okay, you want to find someone to date? You could ask someone on a date. Commit, do it, and then here's where you have to remember that you can always do this. You can always course correct. So the third step is you committed to it and you go take action. Imperfect action, right? Because you didn't have time, you didn't sit there, you didn't start the LLC and plan things out and call your uncle and ask your mom and ask your friends and post it and do the big announcement on social media. And whatever else that you're making up, that you're adding time to the equation, you committed, you did it, and what happens when you take imperfect action is you always have the ability to make adjustments as you go, okay? So a prime example of that, and that's what we're gonna get talking about right now, is a week ago, not just this past weekend, but a week ago, I came to Top Line, came here to get a good workout in, and after my workout, I was driving back home. And on my way back home, I drove past a football field. Football field that I actually started kind of training people on. We shot a video on it back in the day. I used to train people there in 2011. I trained Diz and all sorts of other clients there when I was in between gyms and trying to launch this in the fall of 2011. So I drove past the field. I pulled my phone out. Maybe this is not good that I did it, but I pulled my phone out while I'm driving. I took a picture of the field and I sent it to Blake. Why would I send it to Blake? For those of you who don't know, Blake the Cake is our quarterback, 7-on-7 football extraordinaire here at Top Line. And I sent it to him because I thought that Blake should be running a 7-on-7 tournament and he should have some athletes out there. The field's empty. Guys can wear a mask if they're close, and if they're far apart, they don't need to. Like, let's get something going. I sent him a message, dude, field's open, just kind of joking. And then when we met on Monday, I leaned into him hard. Said, dude, I don't know what you're doing. Just put a quarterbacks, and I sent him a thing about let's start a quarterback thing where the quarterbacks come out and they just do a challenge, and it's a chance for you to get a bunch of quarterbacks to come try it out and to get to meet them and then maybe sell them on your quarterback program. And then the next day, let's run a 7-on-7 tournament. The kids aren't doing anything. They want it. We've done one before a few weeks ago. Yeah, the cops came. Yeah, we might have almost got in trouble a little bit. But again, that's okay. We committed and we did it. Other people out there were talking about running 7-on-7 tournaments, and none of them ever did it. We committed, we did it, and then, yeah, we have to course correct a little bit. So I sent him the picture. And out of thin air, we ended up, this is just a little bit of the spoils that came through. Now, we're not all about money here at Top Line, right? We're all about the people. But the Sunday before that, we had this. This Sunday, we had this. This is just kind of like a gauge of what comes in when you take action something good can come from it, right? Because all we had was an idea, nothing. And nothing turned into this.
Whoever wins here.
What are we playing for, B?
We got a little losers bracket. So the winner of this little losers bracket here is for $100, a blue stripe. They get pizza. For the loser. They get pizza.
For the loser.
But whoever wins goes to the championship round.
So you can get $100
and a chance to play in the
split and a t-shirt.
Deals out here, making deals. That one's on bread.
100? I'll play.
Oh, I'd love to be a loser today. I'm kidding.
Put me in, coach.
Put me in.
Put me in. Oh, we over here.
Watch it.
Hey. On Mississippi. Joe Mississippi.
Tag! Yeah! Tag, you saw it too late.
Foul out here.
Tag done. Tag done. Sir.
The athlete.
That was rough.
Bauer, the athlete. Getting after it.
Here you go. Sir. Let's go, baby. Come on.
Hey, that's a comeback right there.
Comeback. That's a comeback.
ATH.
Like I said, if y'all got any hard feelings, let me know about it.
ATH.
We'll figure it out.
Saints Rams-esque right there, that call, Blair. Come on.
Figure it out.
I thought we had somebody else. That's not a great rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, we lost. See how I looked away. Hey, you guys got ball? We're not playing for the championship. We're playing rock, paper, ball first.
Oh, that's you. That's you.
Let him know. Tell him, bro. Tell him, bro. Chicago.
Stop playing live.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Hit the ground.
I'm gonna be a senior. Y'all confident in that win? Why don't you put the title on the line and go best out of 3? Take my hat.
What's up? Hey, jeez, come on. I ain't playing for no shirts. Hey, we can get back shirts in the Brenda.
They already got that. Hey, if y'all want to run, if y'all feeling good, you can put the title on the line and run best out of 3. If y'all, how about this? Hey, if y'all confident that you won, if you want to put the title on the line, it's the best. Hey, come on, give us a shirt. Hey, we got to get our money on our belt. Hey, UFC. Hey, let us beat your ass. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Defense. We can't beat y'all in the Hey, we got another chance. Let's go.
Hey, what's time, baby? What's time? We got to keep it. Let's time. We got it. Let's go.
I'm just letting y'all know we still got the money. Y'all can have the t-shirts though. Right. Is it shirts and money? The whole championship? Yeah. I mean, if you add
it's fair. That's fair. No, that's fair.
You gotta pay the stat, Blair.
And we tied up, y'all. So somebody gotta break the tiebreaker. Y'all can't take it on no tie. Who wins off the tie?
Whole title's on the line.
Let's go.
Full title match.
Let's go. Best out of 3, 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
20 minutes.
So they've already played it.
Don't stop moving, even if you just pick it up. Don't let it stop moving.
Yeah, great game.
Great game. $100. You get the $100. UFC. Yeah, win. Yeah, y'all didn't pay that. You think it's split. Everybody walk away about 250.
Oh, you play with me.
Okay, we got it.
So, as you guys can see, sometimes it pays to take imperfect action. Now, as you can see, you probably saw us working with a lot of athletes. Parents are out there. Beautiful morning yesterday before it rained, so we started a little bit earlier. And then we made some money. Now, on the money end, I'm excited about this because my staff was there. Britt was there, Diz was there, Blair was there, Blake was there, and I was there. And to be 100% honest, what happens is maybe if we don't have this team, first of all, if Blake's not here, none of that's happening, okay? Then you also have to think about it like if I don't send that message to Blake and then grind on him on Monday and grind on him on Tuesday, maybe we don't have that. Maybe all those kids don't have the opportunity to come out and perform as their season got pushed back. They've been getting let down all year. They didn't get to finish school. We have the opportunity to go out on a beautiful day, have everyone masked up like we did, and go out there and compete and have kids from all over Milwaukee, from the cities to the suburbs, whatever it is, we're all coming together, having a great time competing. Why would we not want to commit and do that? That's important, and it takes a team to be able to go do that. Britt and Diz, if Britt and Diz are not up there checking people in, because to keep it 100, Blake's a great dude, but he's a little bit like me. Sometimes he maybe forgets a few things that he needs to do, and then that's why you need to have a team of reliable people who can come through and execute like Britt and Diz and Blair did, and Blake doing a phenomenal job. So it pays to just take action, guys, even if it's imperfect. So whatever you're hesitating on, whatever you're not pulling the trigger on, yeah, if it's a significant, life-changing decision, you might want to give it the 72-hour theory that Brian Tracy talks about, where you think about something over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then you get back to whoever it is, and you come up with your game plan or your decision. However, if it is something that's not that big of a deal, make the decision, be decisive, take action, even if it's imperfect, and move forward. Big things will always come from that. That's kind of how I got to where I am. Nothing I ever did was perfect to get top line going. Nothing I ever did was easy or did I know everything. I was always learning as I went and course correcting as I went, and I made a lot of mistakes. I failed a lot. Just like, was it Jeff Bezos? Jeff Bezos from Amazon. People don't understand that company is like 18 or 25, something like that. It's a really old company. It's been around a long time. But most people are only thinking in the last 5-10 years that Amazon really took off. But really 15, 20, 25 years ago, you got Jeff Bezos sitting there, looks like a completely different human being. It's crazy what, a couple $100 billion can do for a guy. You can really change his looks. But what happens is nobody sees the imperfect actions and the failures when he's selling books online. People don't understand. Dude's selling books. That's what he was doing, selling books. Now what's he selling? He's selling everything. He's selling trees. He's selling couches. He's selling workout gear. He's selling everything. But no one sees that he just committed to it, saw something, took action, and then made the adjustments as he went. And maybe that's you in your life. Maybe that's you today. And I want to give you guys the encouragement, because you never know what's going to come out. Especially in 2020, that'd be nice to get some extra change. The team gets this. I'd like a little bit of it.
You did rough.
I did.
Pretty good.
Pretty hard too. Pretty hard. Made it fun. Made it interesting. It was a good time. But it's not about this. It's about what you can do. Sometimes stuff like this comes from it. But I just think it's cool. That's one of my favorite things about being an entrepreneur too. Is you have an idea for something, and then you do it, and then it. Most of the time, hopefully for us, most of the time it works. And then there are times where it doesn't. But the times where it works, which is usually about 7-8 times out of 10, it's pretty cool to see something cool. Like think of the 8-week challenge, for instance. We knew during quarantine, as we were down, we had an opportunity to kind of regroup and then, rebuild our sweat sessions, our boot camp, whatever you want to call it. I like to call it the sweat. Britt likes to call it the sweat. But the boot camp, it used to be the boot camp, and now it's our sweat sessions. But we knew that we needed to be able to add more value. And we knew we needed to package it in a way that made it easy for people to be able to come in and join it. It's not necessarily as long. It used to be trying to sell it. You have to come sign up for a year. Well, now it's 8 weeks. Anybody can sign up for 8 weeks. And what happens then is people enjoy it and they get over-delivered in value. We do all sorts of the little details, as me and Britt like to call it, the details to make sure that the customer service can't be, because that's the hard, like you could buy all, I've literally seen people come here, take all my concepts, people who I knew who worked here, take all the concepts, buy all the equipment, literally exactly like Top Line, right, Dizzard? turf, couple of rogue racks, and within 2 months, out of business. Because you can copy the equipment, you can copy branding and pictures, but what you can't copy is culture and service. And you also can't copy me. That's, at the end of the day, like, you can't copy who someone is, and that's what it's all about. And then now that everyone else is around me, not only do they make me better, but then I rub off on them, and now we have a whole team of, Brits that have a little bread in them. And that's dangerous, right? Because everybody's got their own good qualities. Hopefully they take more of my good than my bad. But at the end of the day, like, we had this opportunity to sit back and assess what we wanted to be able to add value on. And then we're like, okay, we did it, we executed it. Now it's awesome. It's huge, better than ever. And our clients are getting the best experience, and we still think we have like 20 more levels of service that 1,000 more levels of service that we can give to you if you're watching this and you remember. But that came on, and I sent them the itinerary one day, and it's like this like freaking manifesto of what we're gonna do and how we're coming out. You should tune that in. You should put that on this video. It was only like a week after the quarantine and everything shut down. I put a video out on Facebook, and it's me. It was like really close to my face. And I'm like, hey, here's what happened. Here's what's going on. Here's what we're going to do about it. But better believe that we're going to be expanding, and we're going to be growing, and we're going to be churning, and we're going to be burning, and we're going to come out of this thing rocking and rolling. And we did. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, and it wasn't perfect. But we got out. First couple weeks we're outside, we're dragging thousands of pounds of mats in. Britt and Blair probably hated me because I'm like, yeah, we got to do this. We got to get momentum. And I swear, if we didn't do that,
absolutely.
If we didn't take, and was it perfect? No, it was cold too. First few times were cold. I mean, everything here. I remember the first night I came here during a Brewers playoff game, 2011. Ryan Braun, Jeff Jenkins, it was like so exciting to see him in the playoffs. I'm a baseball player, didn't get to watch any of it. I'm looking for deals. I'm looking for a warehouse that I can start this gym in, and the guy brought me here. Raining, my dog Champ was in the car, mom and sister with me, and we walk in. There's centipedes the size of this freaking thing just flying across the floor looking like rats. I'm like, no way. There's no way. I slept down. I came back the next day in daylight, and I'm like, okay, let's do it. And I just took action. I just jumped down. I'm like, I can churn it into this. There's videos of me walking around here saying, that's where that's gonna go, and that's where that's gonna go, and that's gonna be my office, and we did it all. So it's cool to just take action. Cool stuff comes out of nowhere. You never know what you can achieve. I was telling Britt, I'm like, Britt, you should do your soccer thing. We could do it. If we can do this with Blake the Cake, we can do soccer easily. So whatever it is that you're doing, let me encourage you. I don't know if you want to start a business, which I don't think is for everybody, but at least try it and course correct. Maybe you find out it's not for you, and then you go course correct. Maybe it's working out. And if working out is something you really want to do right now, don't let perfection, don't let this part, just it's imperfection that you want. Imperfection is the goal. And that will get you to the next step of wherever your journey is going to be. So make sure that you guys check that out. Check out some more of these clips here from yesterday's tournament. And that's living proof. So when you watch this next video, this is what can happen out of the blue. Look at how many people are there. Look at how much fun people are having. Look at these athletes. Look at what they're doing. And that's coming from, nobody knows that that's me on a Sunday afternoon driving past the field that I used to train on, taking a picture. I wonder if I can pull it up. Let's go to Blake the Cake. All right, so here we go. As you can see here, can't zoom in any further. Sunday, July 26th. I send Blake this message. 4:49, just got done working out, like I said. I send this message out the window. There's the football field. Field's open. Blake says wide open. Grass doesn't look too long either. And then I didn't even send anything back because I'm not good. That was all I had for Blake on a Sunday. If you know me, you know I'm not responding on a Sunday. But at the end of the day, it's true. It's a true story. at the end of the day, that was, that's really what happened. And then the next day I leaned down Blake, just like I said. Out of nowhere, come on guys, like what could you do if you just stopped being a baby and thinking that everything was gonna be perfect? Hasn't this year taught, if this year has taught us anything, nothing's perfect, but you just gotta take action. That's all I wanted to get across today, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I think this show is a good one.
That's a good one.
This is a great lesson. Like a life, just do it and then adjust. How many times have you hemmed and hawed on something? Oh, I don't know if I should do it, I should do it. I don't know if I should, I wanna do it, but then what about this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get your game right, guys. We'll catch you guys in the top shop. See ya.